You're now watching The Hot Seat, powered by XS Energy Drink. When you're drinking XS, you're drinking the best. And now, live from the CSL studio, your host, Nesta Cann.
Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of The Hot Seat, powered by XS Energy Drink. When you're drinking XS, you're drinking the best. Today we have two special guests in the studio. I'll let them introduce themselves.
My name is Michael.
Vantamore on the building.
Fellas, welcome to The Hot Seat. And we'll start off with the NBA. Your thoughts on the Toronto Raptors advancing to the finals against the Golden State Warriors. Michael?
Toronto doesn't have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless if Kevin Durant is playing or not. Golden State Warriors are a powerhouse team. They have three amazing players that they've had since the first championship that they won. And I think KD is a nice additive, but he's not the end-all, be-all of the team. You still got Steph Curry. You still got Draymond Green. You still got Klay Thompson. You still got your big men. You still got young players on that team. And they already just showed it against the Houston Rockets. Everybody thought that the Houston Rockets would come back at home. They had no chance at home. Sorry. That's how I feel. And Toronto, I think, is a strong team, but Kawhi Leonard ain't carrying that team all by himself. He still got Kyle Lowry. He still got Van Fleet. But I don't see it happening this year.
And
I mean, you know, when it comes to the whole entire thing, I kind of knew from the beginning of the season that the Raptors was just going to go to the finals. I wanted the Bucks to win because I like Giannis, but he got really exposed in the Eastern Conference Finals. It was just... he got really exposed.
how do you expose? What do you think is his weakness?
His weakness is he doesn't have a consistent outside jumper. So, because of that, he was running the same game plan where he just wants to crash in the middle, do a little move, and then try to get some inside points. He's focused on the paint way too much. So, because he was focused on the paint so much, he wasn't allowing all his other players to get active and involved and have their spots situated and ready to go. Because he was doing the kickouts, but his kickouts were not effective. They were showing stats where, like, all his kickouts, it would be, like, 2 for 7 and all that, so it wasn't working. And then, I don't have no problem with him personally, but I don't like Eric Bledsoe. I don't like him starting. Eric Bledsoe is, no. He did something that I didn't like. In terms of both teams, they don't got any chance. Like he said, they don't got a chance to get Warriors.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they might get a game.
How about without Kevin Durant? Do they still have a chance without?
Look what they did with. Look, I'll put it like this: if it was the Raptors versus the Blazers,
Right.
Who were you taking?
That's tough.
I'm taking the Blazers.
You taking the Blazers?
Of course, because you got McCollum and you got Dame, and they did that to McCollum and Dame. So, I mean, the Raptors, they got Lowry and Danny Green. And then I heard them asking who is going to guard Kawhi. That's easy. Draymond Green. And then I heard Boogie is going to come back game 1. So I'm not really, I don't know. It's like we already know. You know, we already know the Warriors got that. But, you know, I found out that the Raptors actually have home court advantage. So, you know, it might get a little interesting. We might see what happens. But I think Golden State is going to be extra motivated to finish it off, cap it off, game 4 at home. We did it.
Do you feel like Giannis was just more of just a one-on-one player? Yeah. He wasn't a team player.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing about his power, where it comes from. He needs to have the ball in his hands to get something done.
What do you guys give this series? What do you think it's going to be? 4-2, 4-1?
I mean, if it go 4-2 is the limit. That's the max.
Yeah.
It's not going to go 7 games.
Never goes 7 games.
Of course not. Absolutely not.
Is LeBron still the best player in the NBA, or
No.
has Kevin Durant or Giannis or Kawhi has taken over that spot?
No.
Who's the best player in the NBA
neither
right
of
now?
those guys are the best players.
Who's the best player in the NBA for you?
Who's the best player in the NBA?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me say it on the mic real slow. Curry.
Steph Curry? Who are you going with?
Man. I like Kawhi a lot because then you see like what he can do one-on-one, what he can do with a team. His defense is amazing. Where Steph Curry doesn't have defense. He never had defense.
All right, how about this? Give me your top 5 players in the NBA right now. Top 5. No specific order. Give me top 5.
Kevin Durant,
Okay.
LeBron James, Steph Curry. Got to put Draymond Green in there.
Draymond Green?
Five?
You putting Draymond?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, his defense. He's a team player.
All right, that's your
You
5.
need him. You need him for the defense.
So
You need him as a
go
team
5
player.
again. Give me a 5
The
again.
5th one, I would go Giannis.
Giannis.
Yeah.
Where you going?
Steph Curry, LeBron,
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant. Let's see. Let me think. That's 3 so far. I'm definitely saying Anthony Davis.
I was gonna say that. If let's say everyone's healthy, Anthony Davis
Anthony Davis for sure.
and one more.
One more in the top 5.
People were putting Harden in, but after that series, that people have taken him out their
I
top
put
5.
Harden.
Harden's still
I
there.
put Harden in there.
And what does a guy like Westbrook fall out? He falls like maybe like
Westbrook like number 9.
number 9.
Yeah, top 10.
Yeah.
You know NBA gonna kill him this season. You know what they do? Their little top players in the league. They gonna give him like 12.
Let's talk NBA free agencies. What do you think this player should do? Not what you think they're going to do, because we all know what they're going to do. What do you think they should do? So we'll start off with Kevin Durant. What should Kevin Durant do?
Stay with the Golden State Warriors.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Stay with the Golden State Warriors.
Yes.
Yeah, to
Stay
win
with the Warriors.
the Warriors.
That's history right there.
Just history. Just make more history.
Yeah.
Some people say he should go to New York or whatever because he has this stigma that he just joined the Warriors and his asterisk next to all his trophies. So he has to go to a team that's struggling right now, go to New York, win a championship, hopefully get them a championship. They haven't won a championship in a while, get a statue there, and he gets to prove his point. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, I like
And
it.
get more money probably.
I mean, I like
Possibly.
it. I like it on paper, but the reality situation is Durant is not a good fit for the Knicks. He doesn't fit on that team.
Okay.
Kawhi is a much better fit.
All right.
Hands down better fit. And the thing about it is, like, Durant, now that everyone's trying to egg him on and say, oh, Warriors are winning without you and this, that, and the third, that only incentivizes it for him to be like, you know what, I'm going to stay.
Okay.
I'm going to stay and I'm going to keep it going. Plus, like I said, it's history. Warriors might mess around and win 7 straight championships. You never know.
Something Jordan never did.
They're like
Bulls.
right now they're like the Yankees of the NBA, top to bottom when you look at them, because the organization is run spot on. They have the best coach in the league. He outcoaches anybody. If you give Steve Kerr the teams that he goes against, he'll probably coach them better. Because these guys that are coaching right now, like Budenholzer is not a good coach.
You'll never have the teams like the Celtics. You'll never have the teams like the Lakers back in the day where they win 10, 11 championships anymore. The shelf life of an NBA team now is like maybe 6 or 7 years, where players will consistently be great and stay on their team. They're always looking for more money. They're always looking for the trade, for the next big thing to happen. Kevin Durant staying with the Golden State Warriors is the best fit for him because he goes to a new franchise. He couldn't carry the Thunder, even with Westbrook. So if he does it all by himself again and they try to build a team around him, they're not going to win a championship regardless. Like, they need to build a solid foundation. They need to have 3 good players that could play defense, shoot the 3, and also take it to the basket. Kevin Durant could do that all by himself, but you need 2 more guys to do that.
Well, in the Knicks' perspective, they would have that. They would have all 3 because they would have Durant, they would have Kyrie, and they would have R.J. Barrett.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's supposed to be big.
that's
Yes,
if.
it's
That's a
supposed to
big
be if. Yeah.
yeah.
It's not an if that they're gonna get R.J. Barrett or not.
I've been seeing some
that's
other stuff in the
different,
news too that they plan on picking up the drafting this other guy from Texas Tech.
They're not drafting him.
Well, knowing the Knicks, who knows?
No, because the thing about it
That
is
would be
like,
foolish.
No, because it goes a certain way. When you're in the war room, when you're in the draft war room, you don't just go with one guy and you say, "Oh, we're going with this guy," and that's it. Not even the number 1 pick you're gonna say that. You have to weigh all your options out. You have to look at all the players there. It's not even if you want to do it or if you don't want to do it. It's protocol. You always get the top players that you want to, your pool of players, and then you go along with that. Now, everybody knows they're getting R.J. Barrett. I mean, to be honest with you, I think the Knicks, look, this is going to be hot, but the lottery was definitely rigged. I'm saying that right now. Because the Knicks were the only team with high favor in the top 5 that actually got a top 5 pick. Because they had to let the Pelicans get that number 1 pick. Because if Anthony Davis is leaving, what are they going to have? They traded away Buddy Hield, so they don't have a star like that to keep people coming in. If it wasn't for that number 1 pick going to New Orleans and Anthony Davis leaving, they would be selling their tickets for $5.
What do you
Davis is gone. He's gone.
do you think the NBA lottery should be like the NFL? The worst team automatically gets the first pick. Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Some people they say they're trying to avoid tanking
Yeah.
by doing that. What do you think?
I disagree. I don't think they should.
You don't think you should do that?
These
Keep
are
it the way it
NBA
is.
These are competitive players. It's like if they really wanted to tank, like that's hard to do.
They tank in the NFL though.
I don't think they tank in the NFL.
I think they tank in the NFL. I think the Giants tank.
Once you bench players, yeah, that's considered tanking. But
They
you know when
bench
they're on
Eli.
when they're on the field, it's they're always going to play the hardest that they can play.
What do you think Kawhi should do? Do you think he should stay in Toronto, or do you think he should head out west to the Clippers?
No.
Knicks?
I think Kawhi should come in the Knicks.
Knicks?
He fits the mold. He fits exactly what we need in a superstar in New York. A guy who he's not gonna get too loud. He's stoic. He got the braids like Spreewell. We need to finish. We need to finish the job. He needs to finish the job. Plays defense. So him and Fizdale's system, he'll mesh better with Fizdale. My personal.
What do you think his personality? Because he's a quiet guy. In New York is a media always on you in your face. You think he can handle that? Everyone always in his face. He doesn't like people in his face a lot.
He can handle it better than Durant.
Oh, he's gonna pull a Jeter. That's all he's gonna
Yeah,
do. He's not gonna
exactly.
talk to them that much, and then when he talks to them, it's gonna be very few words.
What do you think Kawhi should do?
He's Lakers.
Lakers?
Yeah,
LeBron?
Join
You should do
LeBron, like they were talking about last year.
You like that fit?
Nah.
No?
LeBron, I like LeBron a lot. You know, he's never been a New York Knick, but he's been one of the best NBA players that we've ever seen. So he did it to the Warriors. You remember that? Came back 3-0, took it in 7 games. That was LeBron.
But who hit that shot?
Yeah.
Who hit that shot over Curry?
With Kyrie?
It was Kyrie.
Still was 4 games there. There was 4 games they had to make up. So, like, that was a big series.
They're saying if Kawhi, Toronto's saying if he stays there, he has restaurants that he can eat for the rest of his life. You won't just have the whole city like how, different states. You have the whole country behind you. That's kind of different. Well, a player hasn't had that before. The whole of Canada behind you. Still doesn't entice you to stay in Toronto.
I mean, like a country that's...
And not only, the Knicks is in the East. They were also trying to say he should stay in the East and do what LeBron did. It's easier to get to the route to get to the finals. When he was in San Antonio, it was kind of like, a gauntlet to try to get to the finals. You got to get past Curry and all the boys. So in the East, he could get there, a little bit easier.
I mean, I saw how Kawhi was looking when they went to double overtime.
Yeah.
And I saw in his face, he was just saying, damn, I miss being on the Spurs. You can see it on his face.
Yeah.
He's carrying this team literally.
Yeah, he needs help, right.
Yeah, and I mean, this team is not a team that... It's one thing to win a final, go back and win it again. And if you don't have that kind of team, and the Raptors don't have that kind of team, so it doesn't make any sense. Now, the Knicks, this is the thing that's weird to me about free agency. This is one of the first free agencies where I don't think it's going to be the teams reaching out to the players. I think the players are going to plot up, and it's going to be a race to see who's going to get to the Knicks. Even this finals, because it's like a trap. Masai Ujiri knew what he was doing when he traded for Kawhi. He said, all right, if Kawhi goes to the finals and wins, now it will look bad on you if you go and you just leave this team and go somewhere else. And we know that we can go there. So I think the way it might go is if the Raptors win, which is unlikely, but nothing in this world is impossible.
Right.
Durant leaves. Does Durant got the reason not to leave? Oh, they lost. There's no streak. I can do my own thing. If Kawhi loses, Durant stays. Kawhi can say, because there's been rumors that he's choosing between either the Clippers or the Lakers. Oh, not the Lakers. Sorry, the Knicks. Clippers and Knicks. So if he's looking and he's thinking about it, you on New Balance right now. You know how it is. This is New York. You got your billboards all over New York. You New Balance. You need that. You need that way more than, being on the second team in LA. So the way I look at it, Kawhi, I think he coming to the Knicks.
But like you said before, it's like Kawhi is not that franchise player. He's that quiet player. He's always going to be the best player on the team because of his fundamentals. Like, he's not a big ticket seller. He's not a big jersey seller. That's why you don't hear too much about him unless he's getting all the acclaim now that they're in the finals and all that. Throughout the season, yeah, you'll hear him for MVP once in a while. But then you hear the big names like James Harden, Kevin Durant. You hear all those guys for MVP. What happened to Kawhi? Everybody loses track of Kawhi during the season.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about him because he's in the postseason. Toronto's the first time in the finals. Like, they have a chance of winning their first championship ever. Now we're talking Kawhi. When he was on San Antonio, he was the best player on San Antonio. But he was also getting second billing to the rest of the team. To even Greg Popovich, the coach, he was getting second billing.
What do you think Kyrie should do?
Kyrie gonna come in there.
New York?
I wouldn't mind it, but he's an aged veteran now. He's had some knee problems. He's had some problems here and there with injuries. He still looks good. He still looks good. But,
This was the season.
I mean, we haven't had a point guard like that in a long time.
Let's talk NBA draft. What do you think the Knicks should do with the third pick overall?
RJ Barrett.
RJ Barrett?
RJ Barrett.
Yeah.
If the Knicks had a number 1 pick, Zion?
You have no choice, but that's the best part.
That's
the best part is that it fell into the favor for the Knicks. I love Zion Williamson. I love him. He's amazing. I saw him when he was in high school, and I was like amazed. I was like, this dude's gonna be amazing. But I don't think he has the same fire that RJ Barrett has. I think when I look at RJ, I don't know. I don't want to compare, but I'm thinking the name. I'm like RJ Barrett, Kobe Bryant. And I'm like, this dude has that. He has that in him. Remember, this guy used to be the number 1 player.
Yeah.
Number 1 high school player. So for this guy to be number 3, he already got 1 chip on his shoulder. Then you put this guy with Kyrie. They both played with Coach K.
Right.
So, and you're looking at this guy. These guys knew about this guy because he was playing Team USA.
Right.
So, you telling me these guys don't want to play with him? You telling me, like, if Durant does win and leave, I mean, yes, he wants to play with RJ Barrett.
Yeah.
He was watching these guys at Duke. And then Kyrie right there, Kyrie doesn't have to do all that he was doing on the Celtics. He was carrying the Celtics. He got exposed because he's a point guard that's not supposed to carry the Celtics like that. Curry can do that. Curry can go in, not score anything in the first half, and come back and score 30 in the second half. Kyrie is more that guy where he can, make that big shot, but he needs to facilitate now. He's in that mode where he just needs to see things through. He needs to get some 10 assists a game, do 18 and 10. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Let RJ Barrett come in, do 20 a game. Durant do his usual thing, or Kawhi do his usual thing, or 24. If you look at it, you always need 3 guys to score at least 20 points a game to get over that hump.
Some people have said RJ Barrett might have a better career than Zion Williams in the long run. Yeah,
he will.
So
Zion, the thing about Zion is like all the guys that they're so amazingly talented. They're all stars. They get big contracts, but he's like Jason Richardson. Vince Carter, all those guys, dynamic basketball players. But Zion got holes in his game. And honestly, one guy who's able to stop Zion is coming to the draft. And this is a guy I think is the more important pick for the Knicks to get. The Knicks have to get this pick right. And that's Taco Fall.
Oh, you like Taco?
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts about J.A. Morant?
He's amazing.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
So if the Knicks were at the number 2 pick now, where do you go? Do you go Morant or do you go Barrett?
Well, if they had the number 2 pick, they did want John Morant.
Yeah.
They definitely want him.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I would do it, but at that point, it kind of makes it a little bit easier. To trade for AD.
Do you think they're going to trade up?
Nah, there's no reason to trade up. Nah. Those teams not going to take anything. What can you give Memphis?
The dude I was talking about is Jarrett Culver. People thought that the Knicks might pick him at the 3rd spot, but I don't know.
Nah, they're not picking him. That's foolish.
Let's switch over to football, fellas. Your thoughts on the Giants 2019 draft?
Really?
Everyone says that. Daniel Jones, first selection.
I don't know who that is.
Exactly.
I thought they were going to get Haskins.
Oh, man.
Haskins would have been better. I think Haskins is going to be better. They're going to pan out better.
They knew they needed a quarterback. I don't know what they were thinking. Like, pick some no name.
Think Eli's done?
He's not done. I don't want to say he's done, They never really had a team around him like that
Mm-hmm.
for the last few seasons. They suffered a lot because of the wide receiver situation. Odell Beckham being injured a little bit. They never had an O-line. Oh, man, he was getting demolished every game. Sack after sack, rush pass after rush pass. It really threw off his rhythm. I mean, he's not going to be the same old Eli as he was before when they beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. But do I think he's done? Maybe one more season. Give him the respect.
What do you think, boss?
I mean, Eli's always been scrappy.
Mm-hmm.
He's always been a scrappy quarterback. He's never been he's not a marksman like Brady is. So he's kind of in a rock and a hard place between being like an older Ben Roethlisberger and being an older Tom Brady. But Tom Brady has always had the best O-lines, or just the best O-line coaches, and that O-line coach that they have, they just always make sure they have the best schemes that they're running and keep Brady protected, because man, this dude is always protected.
He has all the time in the world.
Yeah.
Sometimes you watch the plays break down, and he has a block upon a block upon another block, and he just pinpoints who he wants to throw to all the time. Like, he knocks down one option, then he's going to the next option, then he goes to the third option. The vision that he has is incredible. Incredible.
Your thoughts on Odell Beckham getting traded during off season? It is what it is.
I was surprised, but I mean, hey, that Browns team gonna have something to say. They might have a little 7-9 season.
They gave him a contract extension just to trade him away. Ah, man, that was tough. That's a lot of money wasted, but he's on a better team now, younger team. They got better options. They got a better quarterback. Last year they were competitive, the Browns, and I think they'll be competitive this year. Every year everybody wants the Browns to do well. This year I think the Browns are going to do well with Odell.
Last but not least, should Tyreek Hill be cut?
Hey, who's that?
Tyreek,
from the Chiefs?
The Chiefs, yeah.
He got
beat the son up.
in the,
Yeah,
the
would beat
little assault thing.
Yeah, with the son.
What happened? Can you explain that a little bit?
What they're saying allegedly, we don't know the facts. He beat up his son, punched his son in the chest.
That's some Southern football player type shit. I mean,
last year Kareem Hunt with the girl,
Yeah.
wasn't he playing for
That
the
was
Chiefs
terrible.
too?
He was. They cut him, and now he signed with the Browns.
Yeah.
So
Who
they
be bringing these dudes in for the Chiefs? Ike Turner? Damn, bro. Come on.
So what do you think? Give him another chance.
Nah,
Cut him.
man, cut him. The NFL got to be more zero tolerance about this now.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting too out of hand.
These guys go through concussions. They're not right in the head, a lot of them. They're very aggressive. They always, that macho-ness. So I think he was just trying to teach his son the way he was taught when he was younger.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got to remind yourself, what are you, 6'3", 260 pounds, and you're going to smack a small child? Like, that's not good. That's not good, especially with that Kareem Hunt thing. That girl was barely 5'5". Like, what are you doing hitting a woman like that? Ezekiel Elliott recently, when he was in Las Vegas, getting into a fight with the security guard and stuff. Like, come on, man. I mean, something's not right, obviously, in the makeup of these gentlemen, especially with all the hits to the head, all the collisions that they go through. Something's not triggering right in their brain.
A lot of them is hood, too. A lot of them just group in the hood. They group around a lot of this shit.
That too. So even though, they have money now, they still have them inside them. Still have it inside of them, so,
You can take a nigga out the hood, but you can't.
Nigga, yeah, that's what they say. That's the saying, though. He's right about that. Just giving them more money just makes them, it makes it even worse. All right, so you guys ready for this trivia?
Yes, sir.
All right, so
a little nervous.
So the Jeopardy trivia is going to be, who has the most career rebounds? Player that has the most career rebounds.
I automatically don't know that, but I'm gonna write something fun.
All right, time's up, fellas. Once again, the question is who has the most career rebounds? And we'll start with you, Michael. Who do you have?
I put Will Chamberlain.
Damn.
I really didn't
Will
know.
Chamberlain is correct.
Yeah.
What do you have over there, baby?
I forgot about Will Chamberlain. Damn.
Dennis Rodman, who do you
I
have?
put Rodman.
Wow, yeah. I would have put Rodman too, but then you got to think.
I forgot that Will Chamberlain used to average like 25 rebounds a game.
50 points at one season.
Yeah. All right, fellas. Thanks again for coming on the hot seat, and see you guys in the future on another episode.
Please, yeah.
All right.
This was fun.
Definitely.
This wraps up another episode of the hot seat. Yours truly, Nesta Cann. Take care and God bless.